Hello and welcome and namaste from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the King of Bhutan inaugurate the Panag Changchu 2 hydroelectric project. MOU signed for cooperation in renewable energy, healthcare and medicine. India's Home Minister Amit Shah chairs a high-level security review meeting in the wake of the blast in Delhi. NIA takes over the probe. President Draupadi Murmu leaves for Botswana after attending the Golden Jubilee of Angola's independence. And the second and last phase of polling in India's eastern state of Bihar witnesses bumper polling. 67.14% turnout recorded, highest in Katihar district at 75.23%. Also, the Pakistani Taliban claims responsibility for a suicide bombing outside a court in Pakistan, Islamabad, which killed at least 12 people. All right, first up, let's get you an update on what's really happening in terms of the probe into the Delhi car bomb blast that took place last evening. According to officials, Delhi car blast suspect Mohammed Umar's father has been detained from his home in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama for questioning. Home Ministry has handed over the Delhi car blast probe to anti-terror body, the National Investigation Agency or the NIA. The Delhi police has registered a case under sections 16 and 18 of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act or UAPA and other sections of the Explosives Act, as well as the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita at the Kotwali police station in the national capital. Last evening, a high-intensity explosion ripped through a slow-moving car at a traffic signal near the Red Fort metro station, killing at least 8 people and injuring several others. The Delhi Fire Services received a call regarding the explosion near the metro station gate number 1 around 6:52 p.m. local time. The blast took place, as I mentioned, in a slow-moving car, following which several other vehicles also caught fire and sustained damage in the blast. The area remains cordoned off and the Rapid Action Force has been deployed. No terror outfit has so far claimed responsibility for the attack. Prime Minister Modi gave a stern warning to all those responsible for the Delhi car blast, saying conspirators will not be spared. The PM also noted that he arrived in Bhutan with a heavy heart, as the horrific incident that took place in Delhi last evening has deeply disturbed everyone. He said the entire nation stands with the grieving families, ensuring that the security agencies will get to the bottom of this conspiracy.
आज मैं यहाँ बहुत भारी मन से आया हूं। कल शाम दिल्ली में हुई भयावह घटना ने सभी के मन को व्यथित कर दिया है। मैं पीड़ित परिवारों का दुख समझता हूं। आज पूरा देश उनके साथ खड़ा है। मैं कल रात भर इस घटना की जांच में जुटी सभी एजेंसियों के साथ, सभी महत्वपूर्ण लोगों के साथ संपर्क में था, विचार विमर्श चलता था, जानकारियों के तार जोड़े जा रहे थे। हमारी एजेंसियां इस षड्यंत्र की तह तक जाएगी। इसके पीछे के षड्यंत्रकारियों को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। All those responsible will be brought to justice.
Home Minister Amit Shah chaired a review meetings on the Delhi car blast with senior officials. Today, the Home Minister instructed them to hunt down each and every culprit behind this incident, and everyone involved in this act will face full wrath of India's agencies. Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta also called it an unfortunate incident. She told a media briefing on Tuesday that agencies are investigating the blast. She assured that the government will aid the affected families.
अनफॉर्चुनेट है ये हादसा और सभी एजेंसीज अपना काम कर रही हैं और पूरी तरीके से इसकी तह तक जाने का उनका काम चल रहा है और हम खुद अस्पताल गए, जो भी इंजर्ड लोग थे मेरा उनसे मिलना भी हुआ, उनके परिवारों को कोई दिक्कत ना आए और सरकार का पूरा सहयोग उनके साथ है, पूरी संवेदनाएं भी.
And condolences have been pouring in from all over the world as well in the wake of the blast. The European Union's ambassador to India, along with envoys of France and Egypt, condoled the loss of lives. The U.S. State Department's Bureau of South and Central Asian Affairs also expressed condolences. President Mohammad Muizzu of the Maldives said that Maldives stands in solidarity with the people and the government of India in this difficult time. Condolences also poured in from the ambassadors of Russia, Japan, UK as well as Argentina. The embassy of Iran also expressed deep sorrow and sympathy. Prime Minister Modi, who's in Bhutan on a two-day state visit to the Himalayan nation, Prime Minister Modi and Bhutan's King Jigme Kheser Namgyal Wangchuk held delegation-level talks in Thimphu. The discussions covered the full range of India-Bhutan relations. They discussed cooperation in sectors like energy, capacity building, connectivity, technology, defense and security. The Prime Minister, along with his Bhutanese counterpart, also inaugurated the Punat Sangchu 2 hydroelectric project, which is developed jointly by the Government of India and the Royal Government of Bhutan. This milestone marks advancement in India-Bhutan bilateral cooperation in clean energy. The project enhances Bhutan's installed power capacity by about 40% as it's 1,020 megawatts and strengthens regional energy security. Meanwhile, 3 MOUs were also exchanged following the talks between the two sides. There's an MOU for cooperation in renewable energy, also cooperation in healthcare and medicine, and further building institutional linkages for mental health. Also in the day, the Prime Minister attended a program marking the 70th birth anniversary of former King Jigme Singye Wangchuk. Addressing a gathering, the Prime Minister hoped that the two countries will together walk the path of peace, prosperity and progress.
भारत और भूटान सिर्फ सीमाओं से नहीं, संस्कृतियों से भी जुड़े हैं. हमारा रिश्ता वैल्यूज का है, इमोशंस का है, पीस का है, प्रोग्रेस का है. 2014 में प्रधानमंत्री पद की शपथ लेने के बाद मुझे अपनी पहली विदेश यात्रा में भूटान आने का अवसर मिला था. मैं आज भी उस यात्रा को याद करता हूं तो मन भावनाओं से भर जाता है. भारत और भूटान के संबंध इतने सशक्त और समृद्ध हैं. हम मुश्किलों में भी साथ थे, हमने चुनौतियों का सामना भी मिलकर किया, और आज जब हम प्रोग्रेस की प्रॉस्पेरिटी की तरफ चल पड़े हैं, तब भी हमारा साथ और मजबूत हो रहा है.
Led a mass prayer as well in Thimphu on Tuesday, where he was joined by thousands of Bhutanese citizens in a stadium. The prayer was offered for the well-being of Prime Minister Modi, his vision of a strong India, and for the victims of the New Delhi bomb blast.
And pray for India, pray for Prime Minister Modi. May all your aspirations, may your vision and your service to India bear fruit. May you overcome each and every single obstacle, and may your dream of a even brighter, stronger, more prosperous India be fulfilled. But above all, we would like to take a moment and pray for the people who sadly lost their lives yesterday in Delhi.
The President of India, Draupadi Murmu, has attended the 50th Independence Day celebrations of Angola in Luanda on Tuesday. She was received by Angolan President João Lourenço and First Lady Ana Dias Lourenço. Angola gained independence in 1975 with Dr. Antonio Agostinho Neto serving as its first president after leading the popular movement for the liberation of Angola in the struggle for freedom. President Murmu's visit is part of her 4-day tour of Angola, after which she'll travel. In fact, she has already left for the Republic of Botswana for the second leg of her Africa visit. The President has emplaned, in fact, for Botswana after wrapping up her landmark first ever visit to Angola this evening. DD India's Shabir Dar reports from Botswana on the President of India's visit to Botswana and her itinerary there. Take a look.
India and Botswana are set to take their mutual friendship and bilateral ties to new high as the Indian President begins her 3-day state visit to this Southern African country. During her visit, the President Murmu will hold the delegation level talks via several memoranda of understanding are being signed. Besides that, the President will address a special session of Botswana's General Assembly. After that, the President is going to be part of a significant event where the Botswana government will donate some 8 cheetahs to India, which reflects the shared vision of the both countries in the wildlife conservation. Besides that, the President will hold the bilateral talks with her counterpart, the President of Botswana and the Vice President. A special meeting with the Indian diaspora is also being organized. So in overall, the visit is very significant, given the fact that India is expanding its reach in Africa and strengthening its ties with the African nations. With camera person Ramakant Sharma, Shabir Dar for DD India in Botswana.
The Indian community in Botswana is all ready to welcome the visiting Indian President to this beautiful country in the southern part of the continent of Africa. About 10,000 members strong Indian diaspora contributes significantly to the fledgling economy of Botswana and is part of a prosperous segment of the society.
The proud Indian diaspora community are pillars of India's global outreach. And in Botswana, over 10,000 Indian diaspora community are contributing to this Southern African country's growth story.
We are very excited actually to receive our President, Honorable Her Excellency, the President of India. It is a really very good thing, and this has been first time Indian President visiting Botswana, and I'm sure it will take this one into next level with the Botswana-India relationship.
Well, it's a very exciting visit because over the entire town, people are scrambling for passes just to get a glimpse of Madam President. They're really looking forward to some bilateral relations happening between India and Botswana. There's so much of technology transfer, knowledge transfer, which can happen between the two nations.
So this is how excited the Indian community in Botswana is to receive the Honorable President Draupadi Murmu here. There's a huge enthusiasm, as we can see from the community members, Indian community members here. So definitely this visit of the Honorable President is going to add another chapter in India-Botswana relations. With camera person Ramakant Sharma, Shabir Dar for DD India in Botswana.
Now, back home in the eastern state of Bihar, the second and final phase of Assembly Elections 2025 have concluded peacefully. 67.14% voter turnout has been registered till 5 p.m. in the second phase, with 75.23% voter turnout in the Katihar district, which is the highest polling percentage. Voting in the second phase was held for 122 constituencies in 20 districts. A total of 1,302 candidates were contesting in this phase. Security remained significantly tightened across sensitive and vulnerable booths, with paramilitary forces stationed in key areas. Counting of votes will take place on the 14th of November. Now, at the third International Conference on Green Hydrogen in New Delhi, Minister Prasar Bharati announced a 100 crore rupees pilot project to promote innovative technologies, including biomass-based hydrogen production. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya reports.
At the third International Conference on Green Hydrogen, India takes another bold stride toward a clean energy future. Union Minister for New and Renewable Energy Prasar Bharati unveiled the logo of the National Green Hydrogen Mission, chosen from over 2,500 entries. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India is spearheading the global hydrogen revolution, targeting 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen production per year by 2030, backed by 19,744 crore rupees outlay and creating over 6 lakh green jobs.
Representatives from more than 20 countries have participated and more than 2,500 registrations are there. And also we have launched the National Green Hydrogen Mission logo. There also it was through a crowdsourcing. More than 2,500 participants were there. Out of that, one is selected in through a most transparent mechanism.
The Union Minister also announced a new 100 crore rupee fund for pilot projects focused on innovative technologies, including biomass-based hydrogen production, further strengthening India's R&D ecosystem.
India is marching ahead as far as green energy is concerned and the green hydrogen is also concerned. The recent SECI tender, which has discovered the price of 49 rupees 75 paisa, that is the lowest in the world. That itself speaks how India is positively and quietly progressing towards a new era of transmission. We have also assured the world about the export stability. Many countries are interested, and all our pilot projects, including the movement of 37 vehicles, they are going very, very successfully.
With world leaders, industry experts and innovators joining hands at Bharat Mandapam, ICGH 2025 embodies India's vision to make green hydrogen not just a national mission, but a global solution for a cleaner, sustainable planet. Tapas Bhattacharya's report, DD India.
And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Bomb blasts in Bangladesh raised security concerns. And Israel advances a bill to mandate death penalty for Palestinian militants convicted of killing Israeli citizens.
Can the US launch a bombing campaign against Iran? The Philippines vessel suffered structural damage. The saga of child sexual abuse is the United States China's debt trap strategy. Truth is stranger than fiction. But sometimes hard to uncover. Trust us to tell the truth, unadulterated and pure, of every story that matters to you. We read between the lines, cut the clutter, and connect the dots to get you the full picture. Watch Connecting the dots at these times with me, only on
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Now, in Bangladesh, several bomb blasts, gunfire and arson in different parts of Dhaka have raised security concerns ahead of next week's political demonstrations. Unidentified miscreants carried out a crude bomb explosions in Moti Jheel, Paltan and Mirpur areas, setting vehicles and shops ablaze. The police called it an act of sabotage and tightened security with checkpoints across the city. The nation's Home Ministry urged citizens to remain calm and to cooperate with the authorities. The Israeli parliament has advanced a bill which would mandate the death penalty for Palestinian militants convicted of killing Israeli citizens. In a vote held late on Monday, the bill passed with 39 in favor and 16 against out of 120 lawmakers. The bill will now move to a parliamentary committee for further debate before a second and third vote. It's not guaranteed that the bill will become law, with several key political parties having boycotted Monday's initial vote. A Russian drone attack on Ukraine's southern Odessa region damaged energy and transport infrastructure on Tuesday. The attack injured one person, sparked fires at various energy facilities, and damaged a depot of the state-owned Ukrainian railways, according to local authorities. Odessa Governor Oleg Kiper said that critical infrastructure in the region is operating on generators and emergency centers have been opened. Typhoon Fungwang brought heavy rains to Hualien on Taiwan's east coast on Tuesday, flooding an area that already saw 18 people killed in an earlier typhoon in September. Authorities in Taiwan evacuated more than 3,000 people and issued a land warning for the arrival of Fungwang. The Transport Ministry said 66, mostly domestic flights, were cancelled on Tuesday. Fungwang is expected to cross the bottom part of Taiwan and enter the Pacific Ocean along the coast of the sparsely populated eastern counties of Taitung and Hualien. A suicide bombing outside district court buildings in Pakistan's capital Islamabad has killed at least 12 people and wounded 27 others. The attack sparked panic, with people running for safety in the busy court area. Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi confirmed it was a suicide attack near a police vehicle outside the court complex. Paramilitary troops have sealed off the area as investigations continue. Interior Minister also said that there has been no claim for responsibility so far, but that was later situation changed, with the Pakistani Taliban claiming responsibility for the attack. Indian benchmark indices closed higher on Tuesday despite choppy trade buoyed by late buying in banking and IT. The BSE Sensex rose 335.97 points to 83,871.32. Nifty gained 120.6 points to get to 25,694.95 near the key 25,700 level. Broader markets outperformed. Nifty Midcap 100 was up 0.8%. The Indian rupee strengthened 13 paise to 84.56 versus the USD, aided by FII inflows and softer dollar. Analysts eye 25,800 resistance as well. Global cues have been mixed post-US shutdown deal. Banking, auto have led the gains while metals have lagged. Now, Asian equities, in contrast, turned choppy on Tuesday, with initial optimism over the US Senate's Monday passage of a funding bill ending the record 41-day shutdown, giving way to renewed jitters about tech valuations amid an AI hype cooldown. Japan's Nikkei 225 shed 0.5% to 50,212 after a morning surge, dragged by semiconductor slumps. South Korea's Kospi flattened near 4,106 amid won weakness and outflows. Hong Kong's HSI and China's SSE dipped 0.5% each. Gold soared above $4,130 per ounce on safe haven bids, while the yen hit a 9-month low at 154.16 against the dollar. Britain's unemployment rate has surged to 5% in Q3, exceeding forecasts and marking the highest since early 2021, according to the Office of National Statistics data released Tuesday. The rise from 4.7% in Q2 comes amid sluggish economic growth, piling pressure on the Labour government ahead of its 26 November budget. Chancellor Rachel Reeves is poised to announce tax increases to fund public services and stabilize finances. Analysts warn of further labour market weakening, with job vacancies declining and payrolls contracting. The data underscores challenges for Prime Minister Keir Starmer's government in reviving post-pandemic recovery. Now let's get you some sporting updates as well. The Maharashtra Deaf team emerged victorious at the 90-20 National Cricket Championship for the Deaf in New Delhi, defeating Jammu and Kashmir Deaf team by 8 runs. A total of 20 teams from across the country participated in the championship. The championship was organized by the Indian Deaf Cricket Association, supported by the Board of Control for Cricket in India, or BCCI. Speaking to DD India, the Delhi and District Cricket Association Secretary Ashok Sharma said that the players' passion and determination make their game no different from any other, truly reflecting the spirit of sportsmanship.
मैं उस संस्था को तहे दिल से शुक्रगुजार हूँ जो डिसेबल्ड या डफ या ब्लाइंड क्रिकेट के लिए आगे बढ़े हैं और जो इनकी संस्था के जो सहयोगी हैं 2-3 जने वो हमारे साथ हमेशा जुड़े रहते हैं और जो भी समय समय पर उनकी डिमांड होती है हमारे प्रेसिडेंट अरुण जेटली जी उस डिमांड को पूरा करने की कोशिश करते हैं और ये क्रिकेट जो ये खेलते हैं और जो नॉर्मल क्रिकेट होती है कोई देखने में फ़र्क नहीं होता है जज्बा इनका उस कहते हैं ना कि धरा से और शिखर तक पहुंचने का जो रास्ता है वो इनमें जज्बा कूट कूट के भरा हुआ है.
Since our present Prime Minister has spoken about the Divyangjan, he has mentioned that they are not physically handicapped or challenged, but they are Divyangjan, means they are the person with a special capability. So in an entire country there is a movement how to include them in the mainstream, so be it sports, be it education, and be it any armed forces or in other fields. So in every field Divyangjans have been included and they are being mainstreamed so that they also have the right and opportunity to live with dignity like any other human being.
And that's all we have for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS. Just scan the QR code, download the app. And we'll be back with more news that breaks here on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.